Hello, my name is Miles Lacey, and today I'm going to be showcasing a footstep and jump sound system that I have set up using FMOD and Unreal Engine 4. Before I go into the logic of this system, let me showcase it in Unreal Engine. Alright, so that's the entire system. Now I'm going to jump into FMOD. So what I have here is a very simple event with 4 different parameters set up as 0, 1, 2, 3, each with multi-instruments in them. These multi-instruments contain the big groups of sounds that are used for the footsteps. So when you set up a multi-instrument, FMOD will automatically shuffle through them, meaning every time that this event is triggered, FMOD will play a different random sound out of the multi-instrument, and it does this for each parameter. So I will showcase that very quickly. You'll see when I hit the play button, it will automatically shuffle through these sounds. Sorry. So you can see right here, it's automatically going through and shuffling them. So once this system is set up here, it's very simple. That bank can be built and it goes into Unreal. Now in Unreal, what I have done, I have set up a system using anim notifies. Anim notifies are small triggers on animations that will essentially run a blueprint. So I have 2 right here. I have one for the footsteps and one labeled body fall sounds. That's for when the player lands from a jump. These are functionally the same, so I'm going to showcase the footsteps blueprint. So the first piece of logic we have here is get socket location. This essentially gets the location of any body part of the character and sets it as a vector. Now, once I have the vector right here, I can set its location as a vector variable. That is socket location. Once I have socket location, I'm going to move on to a function called line trace by channel. What this is this is Unreal drawing a line down from any given point to see if it comes in contact with anything, essentially. In this case, where I'm going to draw the line down from is our vector variable socket location. I am telling it to draw a line trace by channel down from socket location down 200 units in the Z coordinate. So after this, we have a few different things going on here. The first node right here is break hit result. This is the most important. So you can see that there are a lot of possibilities with this, but all that it's used for in this system is to check for a physical material. So coming out of this physical material object reference, I am setting a surface type variable. What this is doing is it's saying, once the line is drawn down, is it going to hit a physical material? Yes. Okay. What type of physical material is it going to hit? And once we find out what type, that needs to be set as a variable. The way that that's going to happen is through this enum right here. This is an enum that comes in Unreal Engine automatically. You do not have to set it up, called ePhysicalSurface. The way you denote what's in ePhysicalSurface is you could go into your project settings, and under the physics tab, you can set up all the different physical surfaces that you'll have in your game or project. That is what ePhysicalSurface uses in its list right here. So I set that up in project settings with the materials I had. You can see grass, stone, wood, and metal. With this enum right here, moving on from here, you can see that there are different execution pins for each of the materials. That is because they're each going to need to set a float variable to a different value. You can see grass setting it to 0, stone setting it to 1, wood is 2, metal is 3, so on and so forth. The reason for this is that this surface value variable is going to need to be called later on to set the event parameter. But before that, what happens is this play event at location node. This is an FMOD node that is essentially just telling the event to play, that it's going to be played at this moment. Now we must set a location since it's play event at location. In this case, that's easy. I set it as the socket location variable that we set way back when. Of course, the event is set as footsteps, and the execution pins move on to set parameter. This is where we tell FMOD what the actual parameter value needs to be based on the surface. As you can see, I've put in our surface value variable into that node right there, and that is telling FMOD based on our enum back here, our enum set a surface value variable based on what material was being hit by the line trace, and now FMOD knows what that material being hit is based on the surface value variable. And after all of that, it goes straight back into a return node, and that is the entire system. So that's the entire blueprint, and like I said, that just goes into an anim notify that then goes into the animation for running and for landing from a jump. So this is the entirety of my footstep and jump sound system using FMOD and Unreal Engine 4. Thanks.